Welcome in to On the Go, Be Our Guest, all things bright and beautiful. And we are so fortunate today. We're going to do some follow-up about the Whitewater Project. And we have with us today Leslie Sanders. And you know, folks, it takes a village. Well, we've got the village chief. And actually, she's going to give us the right word. What exactly is your title?
I am the chairman of the Montgomery County Cooperative Community District.
The chief of the village. I love it. Leslie, let's talk about this because, you know, people just hear Whitewater. I don't think they have any idea of what we're really talking about here. So tell me, let's start off with what are we doing here that's going to create something amazing?
Well, let's start off with what people probably think this is. When you hear Whitewater, you think Whitewater, Columbus, Georgia, things like that. And that you get in a raft and you go down a water channel. What this is going to be is something that is unique when we say whitewater rafting, Montgomery Whitewater Rafting. We are talking about the most fabulous facility in the United States, right here in Montgomery. That encompasses not only two channels, one being for the Olympic trials, which is not just for that. Everything is open for everybody. So it can this can accommodate the lazy river rafters like myself and the very competitive river rafters. Like you're going to be in the competitive channel. I can see that.
I will be in the wading pool.
But so while that is sort of the spine of the project, the exciting part is right when you're going to Maxwell.
Right.
The land that is on the river bed, right on the riverfront, will be developed into restaurants that surround these two channels.
Oh,
we will have the only surfing feature that are in between the two channels. It is pumped storage, which means it's recirculating, which means there's no river water, but there will be the boat ramp where there will be opportunities to take a boat in the river, canoes and kayaks and dragon boat races and things like that. There will have zip lines and ropes courses and bike trails. And if you've never really been down to the river, what you see is flat land. But when you go toward the river, there is the most beautiful, tree-rich, wonderful area that is prime for hiking, and actually this will adjoin the Cypress Nature Trail.
Oh, I love that.
So not only is it fun, outdoor, family, competitive, I mean it is the military can access it, corporate team buildings. You may just want to meet and get something to eat, have a drink. When we visited Charlotte, North Carolina, we had the best time sitting there having a glass of wine and watching the people tip over or not and waving to them.
Right.
And so if you really think about it, I've explained to some of my friends that I'm like, look, downtown really came alive after the biscuits came to town.
That's right.
And we told people that you can go to a baseball game, you can have fun, and you probably won't even know what the score is when you leave. Now we're going to build a whitewater rafting facility, and you don't even have to get wet if you don't want to.
Here is something else, too, that I want us to talk a little bit about. The economics of it all. You know, I don't think people understand how brilliant this is and how that actually works. Could you share that with us?
Sure. First of all, in construction cost, and these are done by Dr. Kevin Daravi. And so in the construction cost, in the beginning, there's $40 million output that will be realized. But I think if you boil down all the numbers, the most exciting part is he ran very, very conservative numbers. And the tourism impact, let's just say we had 100,000 cars that came there. And compare that to, because there's over 200,000 that visit our zoo that is not on a major thoroughfare like I-65.
Absolutely.
And so if 2% of the cars stopped and visited the park, that's a $36.5 million impact. If 5% of those cars stopped, it's a $91 million impact. And I think that was what the county saw when they went to the bond market to actually get the money to start this. And then the city had the land and they donated it to the Cooperative District. So when we talk about a collaborative project with Montgomery County Commission taking the lead, I think that is very, very exciting. And if you've been to any base in the country, usually what you drive through is not the most modern, up-to-date,
True.
nice. We
true.
would have the nicest entrance to Maxwell Air Force Base of anyone in the country, I believe.
And that is just huge, a great return on the investment, which is what our city needs, in addition to all these other things. And I'm going to let you close out with what you would like to get across is the most important factor to you.
Well, I think the most important factor is that we hear each other and we hear our children, my children, say, what is there to do in Montgomery? And this, I think, is going to be the catalyst project, not only for the younger people, but for everyone of all ages, local or not, to come and enjoy and experience Montgomery. We have already had so many calls and points of interest from retail and things. Everyone says there's nowhere to shop downtown. And so I think this will be the project that brings all of that together in the west side of Montgomery, that you can shop, you can eat, entertainment, enjoy outdoor recreation. And there's no better time, because right now America and the world is focused on what can you do that's healthy, that's outdoor, that's fun. And we would bring all of those together. And I think that's a winner for Montgomery and this region.
Well, I love it. And for those of you who think Montgomery is stagnant, we've got another thought coming. So get ready. And we're all excited about it. And it's going to make life better for everybody across the board. Leslie, thank you so much. And thank you for being with us. And stay with us. We'll be right back.